Hello guys, in this video I would like to talk about structure of the face, what face is made of, and what truly makes the difference in appearance of your face after the facial, what approach allows to see the difference on your face. So as we know, face is not flat, it's not one-dimensional. The whole head, the face, the neck, everything is spherical, but also face is made of many different layers. Just to mention few of them, it's bone, it's fascia, it's subcutaneous fat tissue, it's muscle, it's the space is also a layer, and it's the skin. And all of them together collectively make up the beauty and appearance of your face. And each layer needs a little bit different approach, different amount of the pressure, different time we spend with that layer. So in 1 hour of facial, for us to give you long-lasting results that you see on your face, and also results that last, because if you're gonna work only on the skin, your skin is gonna look nice and shiny for about 24-48 hours, and then that's it. And skin does not make up the whole beauty of your face. It's only superficial part of it. Skin cannot hold the droopy muscles. Skin cannot make up, even the best skin cannot make up for the face that's been shrunk because of bone shrinkage. And all the soft tissues has fallen on it. Skin alone cannot help it. So us as a beauty professionals, the people who work on the beautification of your neck, face and chest, right? If you're an esthetician, we need to understand every layer of what your face made from and work on every layer to bring function of every layer to optimum condition. So recently I got the comment underneath one of my videos, this one in particular. And the lady was saying that the hand is very strong and rough. I've checked her profile. She was an esthetician, and I was like, well, as an esthetician, you should be a little bit more educated than not understanding what we are achieving in here. Needless to say, I have blocked her, and I really recommend you to block anybody who has something to say coming from the place of not being educated just because they think they offer something. Block them. Anyway, she's blocked. But it gave me an idea to make this video, not so much for estheticians, because estheticians know, but for people who go for facial. When we are going for facial, we expect to come out with a clear skin, nicer skin, lifted face, and overall look more rejuvenated. If professional doesn't work on each layer of your skin properly, the results of the facial can be very short lasting. So what do we need to do to make sure that results last and you see it on your face? We need to work with every layer of the face. Let's talk about bone. What happens with a bone over the course of years? Bone shrinks. Bone sheds the top layer. That goes, very smoothly, but the restoration doesn't happen in the same speed as shedding happens. So bone shrinks. Once the bone shrinks, the carcass that holds all the other layers shrink, all the other soft tissues that fall. And it looks like, imagine, oversized sheets on a small mattress. They're gonna fall on that mattress, right? Well, the same thing happens to our soft tissues when bone shrinks. What do we need to do as professionals? What do we need to do in treatment room and teach you to do at home to make sure that your bone is not shrinking? We need to provide your bone with piezoelectricity. Piezo in the Greek language means pressure. When you apply pressure to the bone and other organic materials like stones and mountains, when you apply pressure, you develop electric charge that provides fibroblast cells in the bone's upper layer. And those cells are structural cells of the bone's layers, so it preserves the width of the bone, right? So bone doesn't shrink as fast. What do we need to do as professionals in a treatment room to make sure that process happens? We need to apply pressure on a bone and epicranial aponeurosis. But this is only when we work with bone, when we do an intraoral massage, when we go into oral cavities, and when we work with the chewing tendons. Our hand has to be very light, because if we're going to overpress, you know what's going to happen? We're going to create inflammation. Inflammation is going to create fibrosis, stuck tissue, and fibrosis are going to create ptosis, fallen tissue. So every layer that makes up the face needs different approach from us, from professionals. And bone is the one that needs the stronger pressure. So in this diagram, I made sure that it was clear for everybody to understand that skin alone is not going to help. Face has many layers. Each layer needs different approach. If you're looking for somebody who can give you very well-educated facial, please look into my story highlights and you're going to see estheticians that have been certified by me. I personally don't take new clients right now due to extremely busy schedule that I have. One more thing I want to clarify. The ladies that you see in my story highlights, they don't work for me. They work for themselves. And I have zero invested interest into showcasing them for you. But the reason I showcase them for you, because I know that I taught them well. They're educated properly. They're not going to have questions such as, why do you use so much pressure on the bone? Because they will know exactly why. And they will know that they must do it too. So if you look for a professional who's going to give you true result, long-lasting result, definitely visit those girls. I have to mention one more thing. Of course, facial is not a plastic surgery. And of course, we cannot do like if face been ptosis just to bring it up and tighten up. It doesn't work that way. You do look rejuvenated though. You do look lifted though. And it feels so good to get this type of facial, because people tell me all the time, I feel like 20 pounds have left my face. Well, clearly she didn't lose 20 pounds of her face, but the pressure that she held on her face, because face is such an emotionally connected organ, has been removed with the hands of esthetician, and she feels lifted as well as she looks lifted. In addition to the facial, my professionals who've been trained for me, they're not mine, they're their own, but who've been trained by me, they was also trained to give you facial exercises that you can use at home. Because what happens, if you don't do maintenance in between the facials, results are not going to last. And it's my goal and goal of everybody who has trained with me to give you long-lasting, real, true, tangible results based on science, based on educated approach, understanding how every layer of the face works, what we need to do in treatment room to make sure the highest function of that layer, and what you need to do at home to preserve what we did in a treatment room, to preserve the effect of our facial. Well, that's all I wanted to tell you today. Thank you so much for your time, for your attention, and I will see you all in the next video.